Hey there, I'm Eva, and today I'm going to show you how to start seeds for your own garden. And make sure to like and subscribe for more gardening tutorials. So first things first, let's get our soil ready. Now, when you're at a gardening center looking at soil, you've probably seen a seed starting mix before. This is a really lightweight soil mix that is made up mostly of moisture retaining matter like peat or coconut coir, with a bit of drainage elements mixed in like perlite, which are the little white rocks you sometimes see in potting mix. Now, it is helpful to have a lightweight soil mix because the roots of a seedling are really small and delicate, and a lightweight mixture makes it easier for the plant's roots to grow through the soil matter more quickly. But I recommend mixing together a blend of the seed starting mix and the native soil that you plan on eventually transplanting your seedlings into. So I pulled some soil from my raised beds out in the garden that my chickens have been scratching at all winter long, and now I'm going to mix it together with the seed starting mix. The reason why I'm doing this is because if you start a seedling in only a seed starting mix, and then you transplant it into a raised flower bed or just into the ground, it's going to be a bit of a shock to the plant's root system since the soil is so different from what it grew up with. So in my experience, plants started in only a seed starting mix are a lot more likely not to survive the transplant, or if they do, their growth is really stunted because the roots don't want to grow outside of that tiny area of seed starting soil still around the root ball. So this is a seedling heat mat. This is basically a waterproof heating pad that you put underneath your seedling tray, and when you plug it in, it emits a low level of heat and gently warms up the soil. This is going to greatly increase the rate of germination of your seeds. And by that, I mean the number of seeds that actually sprout and start to grow. They're not expensive, they're like 10 or 15 bucks. And if you're spending $3 each on like 6 packets of seeds every year, it's going to pay for itself in the number of plants you get very quickly. When I started using this, I was ending up with about twice the amount of germinated seeds, so it's definitely worth it. This is a domed propagator, which is basically a mini greenhouse. So with the lid on top and the heat mat inside on the bottom, it helps keep it nice and warm inside, which is going to help your seeds sprout and encourage them to grow more quickly. It also has 2 nice extenders, so you can increase the height as your seedlings grow. This is also handy if you have pets like cats that might be tempted to chew on any exposed tender greenery like sprouts. This is a bit pricier at about 50 bucks, but if you want to, you could try to make something similar in a big casserole dish with some plastic wrap on top. But the height is going to be really limited. And if you're planning on starting seeds every year, this thing is so useful and makes the process a lot cleaner that I think it's worth it. So now that we have the soil in our seedling tray, we want to make sure that everything is labeled. So I recommend writing your seed names down on stakes beforehand and then popping them in the seed tray before you put your seeds in. So that way you know exactly which area to put your seeds, because if you start with the seeds first, it's going to be really easy to get super confused about which seeds were which. So definitely put down your seed labels first. And next we want to thoroughly water our soil so it's nice and hydrated and ready for the seeds. So now we want to make little indentations in the surface of the soil where we will be putting our seeds. And the end of a pen works really great for this. And now it's the moment we have been waiting for. It's time to put your seeds in the soil. So go ahead and shake some seeds out into the palm of your hand, and then you can grab just one and put it in the little divot you made in the soil and repeat for every one of your seeds. Once our seeds are in the soil, we just want to cover them up by gently sprinkling the potting mix over the top. And we'll also want to kind of gently pat it down afterwards too to keep the seeds in place, because if the soil's a little bit too loose on top, when you water the seeds, sometimes it can kind of dislodge them and move the seeds around, and we want to keep our seeds in the same place so that they can root really easily. And finally, we just want to give it a little bit more water to make sure that the soil on top is hydrated and our seeds are nice and hydrated too. And if there's any standing water at the bottom of the seedling tray, I'd recommend draining it off because it's not super great for the seedlings to be sitting in standing water for a long time. And now we can put our cover on, keep our seedlings nice and cozy and hydrated, and they'll be sprouting very soon. When you try any of my tutorials, if you could do me a big favor and leave me a comment and review on my site, I'll leave the link below in the description. And if you're looking for even more gardening tips, I've got some more linked down there for you too. And make sure to like and subscribe for more planting guides and garden to table recipes. I'll see you soon.